Good morning, everyone.
Good morning,
Hello.
everyone. Hello, how are you?
I'm well, excited for today.
I am so excited. Any of my clients are on here and watching will know how much I love my bt-sculpt. So super excited that there is now a pro version.
Very excited. I got my hands on my little pro and I've been using it. So I can't wait to tell everyone how amazing it is. And I'm sure everyone's going to fall in love with it.
Absolutely. A little bit of housekeeping. Just make sure you pop your questions in the chat for me and Jess. I'm sure we're going to cover it all, but anything we don't get to, we will come back to you as well. So just make sure you do change it to all participants can see your question in case it's beneficial to everyone. All right, we ready to get started, Jess?
We are.
Okay, get my slideshow to move. Perfect. All right, so Bio-Therapeutic are the global pioneers and leaders in microcurrent. Now, we were lucky enough to actually go to Seattle last year and get to see where all of the devices are made over there. So it was really exciting to actually get in front of David himself and hear all about this amazing technology from him. So let's take a little bit of a closer look. So we've got different benefits of microcurrent. So it's a really safe, effective, and non-invasive technology. It mirrors the body's own electrical signature to dramatically contour the facial contours. So we have regular application of true microcurrent will help visually lift the facial landscape, leaving it plumped, hydrated, and firmed. And studies also show that microcurrent stimulates that production of ATP that really powers all of our cellular functions and really is great at producing and increasing our collagen and elastin. So the unique combination of the kinesiology lifting that we do with our microcurrent, along with the biotherapeutic signature approach, actually provides us with superior results in the appearance of the facial landscape without the need for any invasive services. And I think that's such a good point to make. A lot of things that you see on the internet at the moment that's making those facial muscles dramatically twitch, that will actually eventually have the opposite effect to what we want on the skin and actually create sagging of the face rather than that lifting. So we want to make sure that you're using that Suzuki True microcurrent in your business.
Definitely. I love that little picture, Jules, and you can see it in that still that top right corner, that little powerhouse. That's our little mitochondria. And that's what's really increasing that collagen and elastin. So we've got our little mitochondria, our powerhouse cell, and we need to get that regenerating and working really well again. And as we age, that cell depletes and it doesn't function as it should. So really with increasing that ATP production and increasing the activity in that mitochondria, we're going to get that natural process of more collagen and elastin to be produced. So it's our body's own natural production. We're just giving it that helping hand and really improving that. So I love that little cell. I get so excited when I see that little one.
Absolutely. We're all skin geeks on here, that's for sure.
Definitely.
So we really do, as Jess said, we really do want to think of that skin fitness and really making sure that we do increase that ATP with our microcurrent, because if we've got an increased ATP, you're going to get a much better result from all the treatments that you're doing in clinic and their home care as well. But you're also going to reduce downtime for any of your more invasive treatments as well. So, you really should be having microcurrent in every single service, and it is so easy to add in that you'll find out today. So the energetic theory of aging links the decreased levels of that cellular energy, as Jess said. So it all looks like that loss of collagen. You've got that uneven skin tone in there. So we're just going to really promote all of that skin fitness and make sure that we are helping to reduce many of the different signs of aging in the skin and their cause at the root as well.
I was going to add, you mentioned something earlier, Julie, that if we see other microcurrents out there on the market, that when they're looking and they're twitching and they're fatiguing. But when we, with that slide, it was talking about it's that true microcurrent that's actually re-energizing the cells, and it's not causing that twitching to the skin that is not going to really have that much benefit for there. So because we're working really with a low level of current and a natural process, you can, like Julie said, add it to all of your services. You can use it as a prepping. You can use it as a sole operator of all of your services. and you can maximize that to increase that ATP in the skin and those energy levels. And this slide, I think, sums it up for everything. So we increase those ATP levels by 300 to 500%. And I know we talk about using increasing ATP and igniting the mitochondria when we use our LED. And LED is probably the only other device that's going to be able to do that for you in your market. So how about adding both and maximizing those benefits and getting the best of both worlds and really targeting that from and increasing it dramatically? So 300 to 500% increasing of ATP levels is unheard of.
Yeah.
And to be able to do that with something that is going to cause no downtime, no pain, and the simplest and easiest device to use, why wouldn't we do it?
Yeah.
So when we look at this, we're going to improve overall wellness and healing of the skin, and it really does heal. I know a lot of people use microcurrent not just for anti-aging and not just to increase collagen and elastin, but also the healing of the skin. So if you have done a service where maybe the skin does need that extra healing ability, maybe it's a deeper peel, or maybe it is I was going to say, what do you call it? RF needling or something. You can potentially do this, those couple of days post-treatment, to increase that healing and get it to regenerate faster, which is amazing. So we can work alongside our other modalities. It's going to give that beautiful luminosity, that texture, that glow, that vibrancy that we see.
Don't know if you've just...
We do often see start to use their microcurrent more. They made my internet dropped out.
Yeah, just for a little bit.
I got this unstable connection. It always happens when I talk too much and the internet wants to cut me off. But with this device, not only can we increase our collagen and elastin, but if you are using either the probes or the amazing bt-sculpt, you can really get that facial sculpting, lifting, contour, and really manipulate that skin and put those muscles and everything working where it needs to. And you've got the ability to really customize and adapt and look at the skin and go, what does it need? What can I do to support it? We've got studies as well, and our studies have shown that collagen can increase by 14% and elastin by 48% in 20 days. Now, that is phenomenal to get so much of that in that short period of time. And probably my favorite is increasing of blood circulation by 39% in 20 days. When we talk about increasing blood circulation, what's blood circulation going to do as well? It's going to carry all the nutrients and oxygen to all of those cells to regenerate more effectively and feed the skin of everything that it needs. So absolutely amazing stats that I have not seen with other devices.
Yeah, especially that elastin synthesis by 48%, that truly is unheard of. And when you're doing your consultations in your clinic as well, you know, you'll maybe ask your client, what would you like to see change in your skin? And they might say aging, but are you taking that deeper dive? And what does that aging mean to them? Is it fine lines and wrinkles? Is it that loss of elasticity? Is it actually different pigmentation spots on the skin? So digging deeper into that and then explaining to them that we want to put microcurrent into their routine, both at home and in clinic, to be able to really boost that elastin synthesis. So you got to ask those deeper questions to be able to really showcase how much value that microcurrent can bring into each and every treatment. And just touching on that healing as well, Jess, I know that David said to us that microcurrent is used a lot in the medical market too, and they've even got things like microcurrent baths to really assist with the healing of the body and things like that too. So it just shows you just how phenomenal this technology actually is.
Definitely, but please don't put this one in the bath.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Do you want to take this one, Jess? Sorry.
Okay. So with our true microcurrent and Suzuki sequencing, like, this is what sets us apart. We have all of this sophisticated Suzuki sequencing in the backgrounds of all of these devices. And depending which device you have between the Sculpt, the Nano, and the Bio-Ultimate, the sophistication of that changes. And we have a really great slide towards the end that we're going to show you that shows you all of the differences between the models. But this allows to make sure that we are using the correct frequency, the correct width of the wave shape, and everything else in between to get the exact current and level we need for your skin. So it constantly changes. It has this biofeedback system in there as well. So that biofeedback system is reading that electrical resistance in your skin. And then it changes and it goes, okay, maybe a little bit more current for this skin. If that skin is drier, maybe it doesn't need as much. And because that frequency and the wave shapes are always changing within the skin, our skin cells are constantly excited. It's not getting used to that same frequency. And then depending what you're wanting to do, are you wanting to do lifting movements? Are you wanting to do invisible expression line movements where we lengthen those? Are we wanting to do skin work where we're infusing those products? All of that sophisticated Suzuki sequencing is all pre-programmed into your machines and constantly reads the skin to know what it needs to do. So you don't get that in those other devices that are out there in the market. They don't have the ability to do that. They don't have the 20 plus years of microcurrent investment to be able to achieve any of that in the skin. And like we mentioned earlier, a lot of them are just a two-prong, and they just have a current that goes back and forth, and it just shocks the muscle. We don't want to shock the muscle. We don't want to cause that fatigue. We don't want that, just that stimulation of that muscle being shocked. Yes, you've got that improvement then, but then it's going to sag and droop because it's fatigued over time. We want to re-excite those cells. We want to get that mitochondria working. We want to get those ATP levels plumping, stimulate that collagen and elastin for that skin. And only true microcurrent of Suzuki sequencing is going to do that. So when we look at our Nano and our Bio-Ultimate Platinum, they have many different settings in the machine, depending what you're wanting to do. But then, like I said, that level and sophistication of your Suzuki sequencing and that microcurrent technology really does change greatly for you to be able to maximize that for your clients. And I know I said 20 plus years, but we're 50 years plus with microcurrent because it started back with David Suzuki's father. So it's gone through all of those generations to be able to test those handpieces. And I know when we were there in last year, we saw that evolution of all of their machinery and all of their testing, and he showed us all of their little prototypes that they've been working on. And the Sculpt and the Sculpt Pro had actually been in the process for over 10 years, with little drawings and the way he wanted to make sure that it was perfect before he sent that out to the industry. And I think that that really is such a great testament to know we don't just want anything out there that's not going to work. We want to make sure that we are giving you the best to get those best results for your clients and those professional services for you as well.
Yeah, so good.
So when we look at this, and we spoke before about different competitors and what we have as well, a lot of them do these really sharp high peaks as well, and they're not consistent in the way that they're delivering this current. But when we have a look at our biotherapeutic technology here, we have really good wave shapes, and they constantly change. But when they're on, they're actually quite targeted and cohesive wave shapes to get us those maximum results. So we have a computer calibrated system that every 1024 seconds it changes its delivery. So it's constantly, like I said, that biofeedback reading in the skin, and it will constantly keep changing to keep that skin on its toes, basically. And we're not going to fatigue that muscle. That muscle is not going to droop over time. It's just going to improve. And where we see that muscle re-educating and lifting straight away, not only do we have that microcurrent technology, but then we also have the kinesiologic effect as well. So that kinesthetic effect of putting that muscle where it needs to go again is actually going to get you that really good lift as well at the same time. So we're going to get far superior results every single time, but we're going to see them improve and improve and improve for you as well.
Yeah. And I love that it's all computer calibrated, because David mentioned, like, everybody has your own unique phone number as such to what your body is doing. So with all of those changing so much in there and giving that feedback back to your devices, you're going to be able to guarantee your client results every single time because of that amazing feedback that it does. So absolutely love that.
Definitely.
So we've mentioned a few of these already. We've got different devices and options when it comes to delivering microcurrent within your business. So for the person that has the, the clinic that's got the much more mature clients, has perhaps worked with microcurrent for many years, are really wanting to deliver the ultimate results, we absolutely would suggest the Bio Ultimate Platinum. So that is going to give us a broader range of that Suzuki sequencing. It will have more sequencing than any other microcurrent in the world. It is designed with clients for more of that advanced aging. So if you've got more of that clientele that is 45 plus, we really would be looking at that platinum for you. And we have unique turbo facial programs for instant lifting results as well. And there's 10 pre-programmed treatments on that particular device. Then we've got more of that mini microcurrent facial system with that bt-nano. So it's compact, it's convenient, it's intelligent. It's portable battery operated, and it's got 5 different program modes in that one as well. And the other thing that I love about this, I come from a major spa background before I got into skin, and I am all about my hands. So you'll notice that when I talk and present as well, I'm always handsy.
We're all like that, Jules.
I love being able to actually work with that skin as well. So there is actually an option to add on the conductive gloves. So that's just so that you're able to use your fingertips as those probes to be able to deliver those different moves on that skin and deliver that Suzuki sequencing. So that is absolutely an option with either of the Bio Ultimate Platinum or the bt-nano.
And I think a lot of people were sometimes a little bit scared of the probes because when they are so hands-on, they do usually go, okay, well, now what do I do with these? Where do these go? Where's my positioning? And the gloves were really a game changer because they allowed you to really use your hand and manipulate. But I find now with what we're going to talk about is even more of a game changer. But one other thing that we haven't got on our slides, but don't forget, we've also got the clips that you can put onto your masks. So if you have a nano or a Bio Ultimate Platinum, you can get the mask clips and clip your masks onto there, not all masks, but some of the BT masks, and do a hands-free skin work of infusing all of that product into there. While that mask is on, you could potentially either do a hand and arm massage, you could do a head massage, or you could go off and do something else if you needed to as well. But you've got that ability to clip those masks in as well and do a hands-free infusion, which is also fantastic.
Yeah, one of our award winners from Skin Summit actually has a number of pedicure chairs in our business. And we actually started to add this service on so they were able to have microcurrent with their mask on while they were having their pedicures done. So that's been really great to be able to introduce facial services to, perhaps you do a lot of pedicures and things like that, and you want to be able to introduce those clients more to skin. That's a perfect hands-free way of doing it and getting them to see the benefit of having regular facial treatments too.
Julie, I'm just going to stop you for a second, just ask everyone. Anna said that they can't see our screen. I don't know if it's everyone can, someone else let me know if it's just Anna whose screen is gone or if anyone, if it's happening with everyone as well. Because I can still see it. Oh, it's good now. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Okay, so let's keep going.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at our bt-sculpt Pro. This is our facial electrode probe accessory for both the bt-nano and the bt Ultimate Platinum.
Bio-Therapeutic has pioneered frequency-specific microcurrent facial lifting and toning for nearly 50 years. And the new bt-sculpt Pro accessory opens the next chapter of this incredible professional technology. The bt-sculpt Pro accessory works seamlessly with the professional-grade bt-nano and Bio-Ultimate Platinum microcurrent technologies in place of standard probes, offering unsurpassed versatility combined with the ease of single-handed microcurrent facial lifting, toning, and skin work. The patented, precision-calibrated, self-tensioning K4 iTech system offers an optimized level of lifting to the facial landscape, while delivering exceptional coverage of the bt-nano or Bio-Ultimate Platinum's powerful programming and exclusive Suzuki sequencing with an industry-leading 2 channels and 4 energy pathways. The bt-sculpt Pro's precision-engineered probe tips are made from surgical-grade stainless steel and feature a shape and texture that delivers just the right amount of skin tension to the facial landscape. The bt-sculpt Pro is the ideal accessory for the bt-nano and Bio-Ultimate Platinum. giving plug-and-play flexibility to use those technologies' Suzuki sequencing platforms with the ease of single-handed use, while allowing you to cover more area in less time. This game-changing accessory excels when single-handed, time-efficient skin work or facial lifting and toning is desired. It's time to transform your services with the most trusted name in frequency-specific microcurrent. Bio-Therapeutic. Microcurrent reimagined.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And I'm just going to start with just the packaging. The packaging on all of these devices is so amazing. It's so luxurious. And then now you get this beautiful little bt-sculpt Pro. So I would love for everyone to tell me in the chat who has a bt-sculpt currently, not the Pro, who has the bt-sculpt. I'd love to know who's using it, what everyone thinks of it. And then if you also want to tell me who has a Nano or a Bio-Ultimate Platinum, and I know there are a few people in this group that I do know who have a Nano or a Bio-Ultimate Platinum. And yeah, I would love to know first who is in here with us today.
Yeah, let's make it interactive, guys. Let us know what you've got going on. And just on that packaging, Jess, like, he does take it so next level, David. He always says it wants it to feel like when you pick up an Apple product as well. So there's no expense spared in that packaging, which is really great for your retailing opportunities with Bio-Therapeutic as well, because it's a really great experience for your clients when they purchase those at-home devices too. So if you haven't looked at that as well, make sure you reach out to your business development manager on how you can bring the retail component of technology into your business, because it's a game changer.
Perfect. We do have a few people in here with the Nano and the Ultimate, which is great.
Excited. I bet you're excited to see the bt-sculpt Pro. So the bt-sculpt Pro is that facial electrode probe that revolutionizes traditional microcurrent services without sacrificing the generations of frequency sophistication of Suzuki sequencing in both the bt-nano and the Bio-Ultimate Platinum. So it can actually reduce your service time by up to 50% because we're able to cover more area and with that one-handed device. It's easier to perform with those self-tensioning probes, and it offers the convenience of that one-handed service. And as Jess said earlier, it's going to work with both your bt-nano that you've got that and your Bio-Ultimate Platinum. It's able to plug in and play straight away.
Okay, so when we have a look here with our technology, for those of you who have used the bt-sculpt before, you'll be familiar with this device. And we have these self-tensioning probes here, which hopefully everyone can see that. But that really allows you to take all the guesswork out and really allows you to customize what you're doing. It makes it's so much easier. And if you're really unsure about placement, where am I in that right place, am I on that muscle, am I going to the right section? This takes all the guesswork out for you, and it's really forgiving. So it's okay if you're not right on that muscle or not right in that spot. It takes it just allows that little bit more flexibility in there for you as well. But because you have this, you can then customize it a little bit and use it in a few different ways. You can put it underneath and go up and lift it up with that support of that hinge down. If you can't get that, if the client's not there, you can actually pull it down, place it where you want to go and drop it, or you could just place it and push it up. So you've really got, because every client's different. Some clients are going to be slightly looser. Some clients are going to be firmer. Some people might be a little bit more sculpted, like defined jawline or something. Depends what it is. You really got that ability to customize. Then these beautiful little probes are not slippery, so they're kind of being mattified a little bit, so you don't get that slide. You're not going to get stuck or just slide around. It makes that really ideal for you as well to be able to use. And for those of you who have used the Sculpt, these are exactly the same size and distance, so you're not compromising with this, but it is made lighter for you, and it is a smaller device, so it's much more easy in your retail services than holding the larger Sculpt for your retail clients. Like Julie mentioned, it does speed up those services. So if we think of, if I'm my two little probes that you guys have now in your Nano, so I would have to do one set of movements, and then 2 sets of movements. So those 2 sets, which is roughly around 40 seconds, you're doing that one whole, those 2 sets of movements in one with this at your 120 seconds. So it will halve your treatment time on all of your services. Same if you're doing your skin work. You can just go back and forwards, up and down, or you could go out. So really nice and easy, and you've got that larger landscape that you're using.
Love that.
So I think I've talked about this quite a bit already, but you can see the canvassing on here, and we call it a canvas of what it's doing. It's really making sure that we've got that whole network cross. So wherever these probes are, and if you can see on that screen where you've got the 4 probes and then you've got that canvas in between, as long as those probes are down, and when you're looking on your Nano or your Bio-Ultimate, on the Sculpt you have the 2 purple lines, the Sculpt itself. But when you're using the Nano and the Bio-Ultimate, and you've got the Pro plugged in, you'll have the 2 channels across the top, and you'll see those little chevrons going back and forth. And that's how you know that you've got good coverage on there. If you don't have good coverage on there and you maybe one probe's up, maybe it's in the hairline, spritz with a little bit of aquafuse onto the skin and rehydrate that area, or just check that you are down and one's not lifted. So you'll have that really good canvassing. But if we can compare this to some of our other devices on the market that are just 2 prongs, you don't have anything. You've only got that tiny little bit going back and forth in between there, and your service is going to take forever, and you're not going to get those results that your client is after.
No, definitely not. I love that. So as I say, you've got the compatible equipment. So it won't work by itself. You will have to have a bt-nano or a bt-ultimate platinum. So we kind of covered this earlier as well, but just that bt-nano is more of that smaller kind of handheld device. It's a firm favorite with a lot of our clients, and it's got those 5 different pre-programmed treatments that you can do in there. So you're able to plug and play with that particular device. And then, of course, with that Bio-Ultimate Platinum. So as I said earlier, this is really giving you more advanced microcurrent in here. This is going to be for your clients that are more mature, that have got more of that loss of that tone and elasticity. You're able to plug and play into both pieces of equipment here. So really excited to be able to do this and being able to shorten your treatment times, because it's actually going to make it much easier for you and your teams to actually introduce this into your facial services, because it won't take as long.
Yeah. Okay, so this is that table that I mentioned earlier, and it can look a little bit overwhelming here, but all I want to really cover is, and I'm going to step back a second. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows how easy it is. So this is your little handpiece here, and it's the same connector that your bio-tips would be with. So when you've got your probes, it's the same, and it literally just plugs into the back and you're ready to go. So anywhere on your devices that you're doing lifting work or skin work, this Sculpt Pro can be utilized. The only place that it can't be utilized in, which you can see on one of these slides, and down on your lengthening movements, which is just under your frequency hertz, you can't do lengthening movements on the Sculpt and the Sculpt Pro. And that's because we're focusing on lifting, and we want to, when we do a lengthening movements, and lengthening movements are generally only on the forehead, we want to really pull those muscles out. So that's where having the Nano and the Bio-Ultimate is your complete tool, because you've got your probes. So when your Sculpt can't be used for those lengthening movements, you've got the probes for your little fine work through it for the lengthening movements, or if you wanted to do, say, maybe some really gentle fine work or something like that. But generally, most of our clients are doing things like the turbo facial or the BT cocktail facial. And with that one, you can definitely just utilize your Sculpt Pro and have all of those treatments in one. So when we look at our little comparison chart, you can see that you've got your Sculpt Pro with your bt-nano, your Sculpt Pro with your Bio-Ultimate Platinum, and then you've got the 2 on the end, which is your Azul probes traditionally that comes with the Nano and the Ultimate. You can still do all 5 services with your bt-sculpt Nano and your with the probes and the Sculpt. And then we can still do all your 10 services with the Sculpt Pro and the Ultimate Platinum, and then obviously your other traditional Azure probes as well. So you can see that as you progress up from the Sculpt to the Nano to the Platinum, your sophistication of your bandwidth, your variable frequencies change as well. All of that does change and increase. So yes, you do get a better, stronger treatment with your Bio-Ultimate Platinum because it's got more sophisticated sequencing in there. It's got more variable frequencies. It's really reading that skin in there as well. It's got different wave shapes. It's got more wave shapes to really be able to maximize those results for your client. When you put the Sculpt Pro in, you don't compromise that with any of it. You don't lose it. You get all of those same functions that your Nano or your Bio-Ultimate have. You're just using a different tool and mechanism to be able to maximize and shorten your treatments and feel more comfortable doing them, I really feel. So I'm not going to sit there and read out all of these because I'm going to bore you. But if anyone has any specific questions on it, please pop it down and ask it in the chat as well.
Yeah. All right, so I want to talk more now about that ultimate age-defying facial and why you really should be looking at microcurrent for your business if you don't already have it. It is such an underutilized piece of technology, and we do have before and afters to showcase to you today. If you can honestly get this microcurrent into your client's treatment plan, you're going to see phenomenal results. So this is the perfect trauma-free anti-aging treatment. There is absolutely no pain when you do microcurrent. And as we said before, we increased that ATP production, and you saw how massive that was. So between 300 and 500% to be able to get the ultimate results for our client. There is zero downtime with this piece of equipment, and it really is a treatment for every client, especially those that are contraindicated to any heat or trauma-based treatment. So pretty much everybody can have this. And it does deliver that instant lifting and long-term results in increasing our collagen and elastin. So a bit like our LED, we do want to have a cumulative effect of that microcurrent. So we do want to have kind of 2 to 3 a week ideally to build up that ATP and really get a phenomenal results for our clients. So this can be the ultimate age-defying facial by itself, but you can easily, especially as we say with that bt-sculpt Pro now, add this into pretty much every single treatment with how fast it is. So this is going to elevate your treatments with the bt-sculpt. As we said, it's going to give you faster treatment times because we're doubling up the amount of coverage we're able to get with the bt-sculpt Pro rather than the probes. It is super easy to add on to all of your beauty and skin services as well, because it doesn't take long, and it's suitable for all levels of your therapists as well. So you'll know now if you do have microcurrent within your business and you're utilizing those probes, when you've got someone that is fresh out of college or new to microcurrent, they can be really nervous about using those probes and not feel comfortable, which then sometimes can leave your microcurrent sitting in a corner collecting some dust because not everybody in your clinic is confident in it. So this is really going to build confidence to be able to deliver those microcurrent treatments to all of your clients. It's a super low cost per treatment. You only really need a bit of resty fluid or your Aquafuse hydrate to be able to deliver this. It's super easy to train and implement into your business. And what I will find here as well is it's going to really open up handheld retail opportunities for you too. So having a professional device to be able to use in the treatments, but letting them know that they're able to accelerate those results at home with their own at-home version of the bt-sculpt Pro. You've obviously got the BT Sonics that you can retail as well, and your BT Microfusion. So there's so many options that your clients, it won't take business away from you. All it will do is excel their home care by having the different devices that they can use that, and then use the more powerful devices when they're with you to really give them those ultimate anti-aging results.
Julie, just on a few of those points that you mentioned, like especially with the Sculpt and now the Sculpt Pro. I always forget now there's two and I've got to say the difference. So with the Sculpt, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to retail that to my clients because I'm already doing those services and I don't want it to take away. But when you've got to go back to the point of It's a completely different sequencing. It's a completely different level of results. You've got all of that sophistication of your larger units that is delivering it. So it's like using, and I'm not going to be really good on an analogy here. It's like comparing a Ferrari to a Toyota.
Yeah.
Or it's that professional service that you are still giving your clients, and then retail them the Sculpt Pro for in between their services, or to maintain the results that you've achieved at home, because they can't always come into the clinic and have those treatments. So to be able to have something to use and maintain, you still have that far superior device with all of that level of sophistication, and that they're going to get superior, faster results with your professional device, and then utilize that handheld option to maintain and to support that. Because if they don't buy it from you and they're interested, they're going to go somewhere else and buy it from somewhere else. They're going to go to Mecca. They're going to go to Sephora. They're going to find something on wherever and buy it, and you're going to miss out on that opportunity. So encourage them to do their treatments at home and support it, because we know so many people sit there and do their little home routines. I see some people's home routines and I went, where do you fit anything else in your day? Because it's so sophisticated now. But they love that, and they love that option to be able to elevate and support the treatments that you're doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
and I was just going to say, like, I know that a lot of your clients do the add-on services to their other treatments. Like they might do a brow lift while they're doing a pedicure or something, like there's so many options to elevate your services. It doesn't always have to be that full service standalone treatment. You can do it as little mini upgrades. Put it before you do a makeup application and watch that makeup glide onto the skin. But I know you have a lot of clients that utilize that in all the different ways, which I love always hearing about.
Yeah, for sure. And even like we talked about that eyebrow lift as well. So I know a lot of you are saying throughout my meetings with you that your skin is quite busy, but people are always coming in and still always getting religiously their eyebrows done every 4 weeks. So if you're still doing a lot of those services, why not have a beautiful elevation upgrade for that, where you do perhaps a beautiful hydrating eye treatment and then you finish with a quick eyebrow lift with a bt-sculpt Pro. I've got a few clients doing that now and getting phenomenal results, and it just opens up more conversations around that eye area, being able to introduce your Image or your Pure Fiji eye creams as well. So there's just so many options here that we can put it into your treatments, and it should be super easy now for every single one of your team members to be able to get on board and really recommend this. And just with that bt-sculpt as well, as Jess said, if they can't be coming in for regular LED or microcurrent treatments, the only way to increase that ATP at home will be using that bt-sculpt. So we really want to make sure we're educating on why we want to increase that ATP to get them the ultimate skin transformation.
Love it.
Before and after. So I love this one.
I do love this one. And I just think it looks amazing. And this lady had 12 treatments. She had a full, what do you call it? A full skincare journey with her microcurrent. But look at those cheeks. Look at the eyebrows lifted, the nasal labial folds, the sculpting of the jawline, just the clarity and health of the skin.
Yeah, she looks 10 years younger.
Yeah. And this was just microcurrent.
Yeah. So these are available if you're already a partner with us for microcurrent. These are available for your before and afters. As you know, they speak for themselves, and you want to layer that into your your treatment menu on your website. You want to make sure you're layering in those before and afters of those microcurrent treatments, because again, because you can't really feel it, sometimes clients are a bit skeptical about is this actually doing anything? So your before and afters are super important to be able to have on both your website and on your social media.
Definitely.
Another amazing before and after.
Look how much her eye is lifted and opened. And I know I've done this. I did it last time live, and I had a full eyebrow, one eyebrow like up here. It really does lift up that eyebrows and just really sculpt. So you get those instant gratification, but also that long-term effect, which I think is really important, because people do want to see that instant lift.
Yeah. And look at the clarity of her skin as well. It's phenomenal. You think about this as perhaps bridal facial prep as well. Would be really great, as well as your normal kind of makeup applications.
Love it. And then this one's beautiful.
Yeah, like That is absolutely phenomenal. We've got the refinement of that jawline, a beautiful contour of the cheek, but have a look at that beautiful skin texture there as well. The skin just looks so much younger, so much more plump, and so much more hydrated. Absolutely.
Definitely. I know we look at this and go, oh my God, what can we do? What am I going to attack it with? But just simple microcurrent that just works so effectively with no downtime, non-invasive, not painful. Like everyone wants a pain-free treatment.
Yeah.
So have this as in your little tool belt.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. We will have we do have launch bundles available to you that will come with your traditional probes, but these bundles have now been created to have your bt-sculpt Pro in there as well. So if you already have a device, reach out to your business development manager about how you will add this on. But as I say, also chat to your business development manager. This is a microcurrent will dramatically increase in popularity over the next few years, and you want to jump on board now to be able to get these services in. So everyone should have microcurrent in their business. I truly believe it will be a game changer for any business. So make sure you reach out to your business development manager, have a bit of a discovery call, have a chat to them about who is your client, what results are we looking for, what age is your client, to work out exactly which launch bundle would be perfect for you.
Definitely. I love the fact that you can have this now it's all bundled together. Like, I just think that makes life so much easier. And I know you mentioned this, but we do have a few clients with platinums and nanos. So you can purchase it by itself if you've already got one of those devices and just level up your treatments now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Now, I think, Jules, we have answered every question on here already as we went through, but if anyone does have any questions, let us know. If we don't get them to them today, we definitely will reach out to you individually with responses. But hopefully everyone has fallen in love with this gorgeous little thing. Our bt-sculpt Pro, I think it's going to be a game changer. Really, it's just going to elevate your treatments, simplify them as well. And you're just going to love it and have so much fun playing with it.
Yeah, you definitely will. So make sure you add that in. Make sure you start bringing microcurrent into your business. And if you need any extra information on anything that we've spoken about today, as I said, just reach out to your business development manager, and you've also got your amazing customer care team on the other side of the phone as well.